Hey everybody, and welcome back to JoshL7. We are on Abandoned Thrift Store, and at first I thought the password said rear, but it's like RLAR. Also, the game is being very weird in terms of response time, so looks like we've got to go through here, and we've got ourselves a clone button. Okay. I believe these are the walls of... Yeah, these are the walls of, what's the, not unlock, lockdown from CCLP 4. Okay, so this can get pushed. But to what end? That's the question. Okay, I'm not sure yet. I guess we need to get this and not go over the thief. Okay, what are we doing with this? What is going on here? I can't really push this anywhere helpful, can I? Alright, there's something screwy going on around here. I don't really know how to get over there. Or what that does. Maybe there's a... Maybe this is a block cloner and it points up or something? Huh, okay. So I can't do anything there. So I guess our only course of action is to do this, for whatever good that does. Alright, so let's stop and think about this for a minute. Where can we take this? Oh, hang on. I gotta press that button at least once, don't I? Okay, let's do that before we get the fire boots. I guess you're supposed to notice those walkers right there. There we go. That's more like it. Hopefully you just press it one time. I hope that's all. Okay, now we go here. Alright. Now we go over here. There's more walkers to deal with. Why did I think that was a good idea? I have no clue. Alright, good. The walker did not bother us. Always nice when that happens, right? Okay. Didn't happen that time, but oh well. I'm going to hold on to the fire boots as long as I can. Especially since you need them in that one spot there. Nothing to read there. I guess we'll go this way. And we got a red key, which presumably we use here. There's no way to get that, since there is no dynamite in this game. Man, if dynamite were in CC1, that would open up all kinds of crazy things. Alright, so I need to press the toggle button again. Something tells me that that's a block cloner, and that we're going to use it to bridge the water and hold the trap button there down. Alright, where are we supposed to use this? That's the question. I think we're supposed to use it here. Yeah, because of this thing. And now we can go this way again. Alright, we're getting it. Oh, except that leads to nothing. Sorry, I sneezed right there, right as the walker was about to come toward me, so I was getting really panicked. Alright, so we got the green key. What do we do with the green key? We can go here now. Ah, okay, there we go. So now we should be able to safely place a block here, and... Oh, I bet I was supposed to keep that going, wasn't I? Ah, why did I do that? I was so quick and in a hurry. Haste makes waste. I gotta keep telling myself that. But it's so hard to remember sometimes, you know? And there again, I did it without... You know what this is reminding me of? You guys remember my, I think it was JoshL7 Let's Play. This is reminding me a lot of that abandoned island resort level where there was all kinds of prerequisites and dependencies to keep in mind. in a certain context, it's kind of a delicate thing. Like, in a certain context, I don't mind those, but I don't know. There's some levels that are just really mean with them. I don't think this one is, but that one was. I think that one was... It just had way too many of those. Okay, so let's go back here. I like hitting that. I don't know why. It's just kind of funny. Oh, right. Gotta do this. You go across the thief there anyway. I would lose this stuff to begin with, so... Very interesting how the walls of lockdown were used here. Right, I do this. Then I get the green key. Then I do all the bridging. Alright. I think we're getting it. So as long as I just fill up everything, we should be fine. And I don't think I actually need to hold the trap down, because this guy's going to hold it down for me. In fact, we want that to be the case, because we want him to keep going in that circle. And I guess if you put a block there, he would come back down through here, and then back up and go back the way he came. But it's a lot better if we do it this way. Alright, so now we got this toggle thing going. So what does that lead to? Presumably it's something to do with this path. Here we go. We got this chip. Alright, so now we just need to find where the exit is. Right here. Yes, it's this. Alright, so all we need to do is just go up here. And by that I mean do this. This walker is kind of a little bit of a pain, but I can't even imagine what that must be like to optimize that. Okay, so what do we got here? We got a block. Okay, is there... Okay, that's fake. Okay, at least some of these are fake. How are we supposed to do anything here? I'm assuming we have to place this block... Yeah, we gotta place it there. In this spot. This kind of reminds me of Freezer in CCLP3, a level I made. In fact, I wonder if it was inspired by that. Alright, that was fun. Alright, let's move onward to Fuego Ironworks. Okay, looks like we need to get the bug over there. There we go. And we got a bunch of fireballs. The trap buttons here are connected from left to right. Don't use the recessed walls above until you need to. Should I push this? I'm going to go ahead and do that. I hope collecting that chip wasn't a bad thing. Alright, so I have to do that. This looks a little interesting, because this fireball is going to die. So it looks like we want to get these fireballs over there. But that's going to be an interesting conundrum, because I've got this fireball here. It's going to die if it goes up. Like, there's nothing blocking it unless there's another fireball that somehow also dies. How does that work? Or unless we can get a block through here, like this one. Is there a way to get a block? Oh, wait a minute. There's this block. There's one over here. I bet this is what we need the keys for, is this. That's a clever way to set up a Sokoban, just have all that like that. Alright, so now we've got a new issue, which is how to get the block over there. Maybe what we need to work on first is getting these two fireballs out. Because that's fine. And then this guy over here is okay. So with that, then I can use the recessed wall while I position this block in such a way that that fireball doesn't get killed, right? Let's try that. Okay, so now I'll go do this. Oh, or that. There we go. Alright, there's nothing more here, right? Nope. Alright, so in that case, let's go onward and upward. We've got some tanks. I guess I'll get these chips and push the blocks in here. I cannot retrieve those blocks yet, though. But I can do that. Another theme I'm discerning in this level set is that it's very... Oh, I did not know that was going to be there. It's very good at giving you a lot of cleverly forced things that don't feel like a mean sort of forced. Like, I don't know if that makes any sense or not, but basically it gives you a lot of stuff where... What am I supposed to... Oh! I'm supposed to use the teeth to push the... Okay, got it. What I mean by that is it gives you a lot of stuff where the design forces you to go a certain way, but it accomplishes a couple of things. One is that it makes you feel completely okay about what's going on, for the most part at least, and everything works out. And that's a really cool feeling. Like how everything comes together, like in Warehouse of Lost Hopes and Dreams, which, by the way, I'm just going to say right now, absolutely one of my favorite levels in the set. I don't know if that's something I should turn around from there. I'm going to assume yeah, that was a good assumption. I didn't know whether or not that was safe, so I'm glad we did that. I guess I could have wondered, hey, what happened to that other tank there? Alright, so we got a bunch of sockets and these? And it's the Sokoban puzzle. How does this work? Is there a green key under that block here? Wait, something blew up. Oh, it was that. Okay, so do I go up there now? I mean, I don't have any other choice, because I can't get the blue key yet, so I'm going to assume the answer is yes. So let's go up here first, and... I'm going to assume we need to go this way, because, I mean, it makes sense to get that first, and yeah, it looks like the other way would have been really terrible. Oh, this is clever. I like how those recessed walls are set up. That is really cool. That is super slick. I like that. Alright, so now I can open this up. Cool, cool. Alright. So that should enable that to open up, and then I can go over here, and then do that. Alright, now we get the blue key, and we go through here. Is this openable? Nope. Okay. I'm assuming that button is connected to that trap. The question is, do I need to use the block to block the ball in there? I have to assume the answer to that's yes. Okay, what exactly is the point of doing this? I'm trying to see what the value of that is, but before I do, I'm gonna... Wait. That does not control that? Okay, that's a little questionable. Not sure I'm a big fan of the way that's set up. This level was amazing up until that point. Also, these walls look really familiar. I think these are... Yeah, these are... I think these are Ice Cavern, I think was the name of the level. It's in CCLP4. It was a Ship 56 level. I played it in my Let's Play of that set. Because this outer border... I remember that part, and then this crossing thing. So, yeah, this is almost certainly that. I wonder if there's other combinations of 3 doors you can use. I wouldn't be surprised. But you do have to exit on that or the lower row, so... Interesting things to think about. I guess if we mess the level up again, we can always check, right? I really like this little puzzle here with the, not just this, but also the teeth that you get to lure when you get the skates here. That's really clever. Okay, so now let's go this way. Grab this. And we'll go over here and lure some teeth. There we go. Alright, this is going a little faster than last time. So now we need to find out what in the world that trap up there is connected to. We don't know that yet. Also, where is this tank going to go? I guess it's going to go back here if we press the button again. Oh right, we need to get this whole thing. There we go. I really love this room. It's so well put together. That is a super clever room. I almost went the wrong way there. I guess you can use logic to figure that out, because it's like the fire boots are more useful in terms of getting the other item than the green key is to getting the fire boots, right? Okay, I should have done that first. Then we do this. Then that. Okay. Alright, so now we need to figure out what's going on here. We know that that trap is not connected to that. So maybe it's connected to the trap over there. So right now, I can't actually do anything in terms of getting that. So I'm going to assume we can just get those chips, no problem. Okay. So if I clear that dirt, the glider is definitely going to get killed. Okay, that is indeed connected to that. Alright, we got a lot of stuff going on here. What do we do with this? I don't believe we can take the blocks out of this room. So the question is, do I use them in partial post the teleport? How would I do that, though? I guess I could go up and press the... Because it seems like the ultimate goal here is to get the yellow key, right? Because that will allow the bomb down there to be blown up so the glider doesn't get killed and it can hit the other trap button. So I believe what we need to do is go here first, blow these up, and then blow this guy up, and then push these through to partial post. I think that's the solution. Alright, there we go. So with that in place, we should be able... I'm not going to get that chip yet, because we need that chip in place in order for this to work. Okay, there we go. Got it. Okay, so now, if I get the chip... Oh, it will still go through. Okay, that's not bad. Alright, what do we do here? It looks like that's our only course of action is to go through and hit that button. And that's going to take us back over here. So this looks like the... Yeah, this is the exit area of Ice Cavern, for sure. So we're near the top. Okay. So we're back here again. And we're forced to go this way. Now we've got our sockets. Oh, I see. I have to actually get these position. Okay. That's not bad. I'm just making sure I don't trap myself here, but it looks like the goal of this is ultimately to get the blocks out without hitting any thieves, which is not too hard. You just need to just go around them. That's really cool. I like that. It's a nice use of the Paramecia room from Ice Cavern. Alright, there we go. And we are done. Let's move on to Major Key Remix. Okay, so it looks like this is a level with a bunch of keys. I don't really need another green key, so let's just follow the trail here. Blue, yellow. Red, yellow. So it looks like I need to go this way. Blue and red. So this way? I don't think there's another yellow door that's really going to be... Yeah, there's really no other yellow door that's going to be that useful to us. Blue and red. So, do we go down there? Or is there another way? That's yellow, so that's not going to work. And then that's blue and yellow. It's a very clever way to make sure that you're on the right track here. So now we've got red and yellow. So that should be this one. Blue. Red. And I think that forces us over here with blue and yellow. And that yellow key is useless, so let's not go there. I think we next need to go this way. And just making sure, yep, there's nothing there. And now we're stuck. Did I just mess this up? I bet I did. Maybe I was supposed to go over here and use the blue door and get 2 yellows. Yeah, then I could have gone down there. Okay, so that was the trick. Okay, let's try that again with a little less fail. Okay, blue and red. This is a really cool way to implement a key puzzle type thing. Then red and yellow. So now we go over here. Blue. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that yellow key wasn't so pointless after all. So red and blue. Can we go this way? It looks like we can. Red and yellow. What do we do with that? Down here? Looks like it down here. Okay. Yellow. Red. Blue. I'm saying these out loud just to make sure I'm keeping track of them properly. Alright, we got 2 reds. I'm guessing we need to go in there. Let's give it a shot at least. I know the green key is pointless, but I'm picking it up anyway just to be thorough. Yeah, we do need to do that. Okay, so now we get a red and a blue. So the question here is, okay, going left is going to be pointless, so we need to go up, I think. So now we got red and yellow. Okay, now things are getting a little trickier. So we can switch these out for a red and a blue, which I think is what we need to do ultimately, because that enables us to get through here and then get these, and then that in turn allows us to get over here, right? Or not. Wait a minute. Blue and yellow. If I could get up there, that would be really nice. But, oh, here we go. I can go down here. Okay, so I got just 1 red, which I can use to get in here. So that's a yellow, and I can use that to get in here and get a blue. And then that allows me to get both of these. Okay, good. This is very well put together. I don't think, yeah, there's no way to go anywhere up there. So I think we're forced to go this way. So let's do this. We'll go here. And I think I need to go here by extension. And then I can get both red and blue. Alright, that's good. And I can then get red and yellow, which then allows me to get over here. Alright, this is really fun. This is a really fun level to play. 2 blues. Red and yellow. Are we about to... Yeah, we're about to get... Yeah, 2 blues and a yellow now. We're about to get 3 keys, so that's fun. Also, I'm running out of time. 2 blues and a yellow, so it seems like the level's directing us this way. Alright, so there we go. Okay, there we go. I'm assuming that was all correct. Okay, so now we got one of each. The walls of this level look really familiar. I don't know where I've seen... Yeah, I definitely remember a level with this and then the layout like the one above. Oh, for crying out loud, where have I seen that before? Alright, how do we exit out of here? I'm assuming it's... Oh, here we go. That was really fun. That's a really great key swapping level, because you're constantly having to think, okay, what's next and what have I forgotten? Because the way forward is not necessarily super linear, and I really like that a lot. Alright, restricted area 4808 north. Okay, it looks like a maze, and I think these are all trapped, so we should be good. Yeah, this is a maze, so let's figure it out. There's only 10 ships left to get, so hopefully this won't be too hard. It looks like the key here is just navigating the unusual aesthetic of it. Let me just stick to the right wall. I think that'll be the smart play. Okay, that's nothing. Nah, nothing. It's always one of those weird Star Wars lines that I'll always just facepalm. Like, why in the world would a battle droid have that much personality and say, that, nothing, in a really silly accent? Like, it just sounded really weird. It was, I think, Revenge of the Sith where that appeared. People give the new Star Wars films by Disney a lot of flack. Honestly, I can see why in some cases, but come on, guys. The prequels, there's so many things that are just, like, eye-roll worthy in those movies. Way more so than the new movies. I think what a lot of people miss, if I had to take a guess, is that George Lucas was, in many respects, a visionary, and there's nothing replacing that, you know. I do like Disney's strategy of putting, you know, young auteur-like directors, you know, in the chair to make new Star Wars movies, because that's kind of how Lucas started out, you know. And you never know who you might tap into, you know, who has a vision that's really cool. But, you know, that can be hit or miss, so I can understand why that's not always necessarily the best idea. But, you know, I think with the things like the Marvel Cinematic Universe and all that, one of the things that comes with that is I think we're all kind of a little fatigued by blockbusters these days. You know, that's kind of been something I've noticed, is that we've just had so many big budget movies come out lately that I think it kind of hurts to see Star Wars be another big budget movie, at least for a lot of fans. That's kind of a tough pill to swallow because it doesn't feel as special as it once did. You know, nowadays Star Wars just feels like another big budget movie. Maybe not to everybody, but I think, you know, it's because it's being put out by a giant corporation like Disney, and because, you know, there is a lot of decisions made by committee in that kind of environment, there's a much greater chance that the final product is going to be something that's a little diluted from, you know, a director's quote-unquote uncompromised vision. I don't know if I mentioned this in a previous video when I discussed this topic before, but I personally am not really married to that ideal. I don't think that an uncompromised vision is necessarily indicative of a quality product. I think sometimes it can be, but that doesn't necessarily always mean that it is. In fact, sometimes great things can come from compromise. Great things can come from discussion, from, you know, arguments and whatnot. And as long as that's done in a way that's respectful and doesn't dilute somebody's ideas totally, I think that can be a really good thing. Masterclass. While this level isn't necessarily difficult, it is pretty lengthy. No hidden info anywhere. Yay! Good luck. Alright, so let's see what we got here. We got a bunch of blocks, which I'm assuming go into that bomb area. So yeah, I already mentioned this in my Let's Play of The Witness. I really enjoyed watching The Last Jedi. I don't think it's a particularly, groundbreaking movie or anything. I think it's got a lot of flaws, actually, but I liked it quite a bit more than The Force Awakens, primarily because it took a lot of risks, and I think that's pretty cool. Is that supposed to happen, or am I supposed to take... I bet I was supposed to take him down here. Yeah. Okay, we'll start over again. But, for a lot of Star Wars fans who have been used to the way Lucas does things, I can understand why it's an upsetting movie. And you're probably wondering, what do I mean by the way Lucas does things? One of the things I notice with the prequels, looking back on them, is that George Lucas, as time went on, got a lot more into fan service, for lack of a better word. And that may seem like a strange statement to make in light of some of the stuff we got in the prequels with, cheesy romance lines and Jar Jar and insert whatever cringy stuff you want in here. But when it all comes down to it, I mean, a lot of stuff in the prequels was put in there because, a lot of fans were hoping for it. And that's understandable. I'm not saying that that's always a bad thing. But The Last Jedi is definitely not a fan-friendly movie, so to speak. How in the world am I supposed to prevent you from getting out here? I just do this? Oh, wait, I actually have to... Okay, this is going to be awkward. I'm not sure I like that room very much. I mean, for one thing, it without going into too many spoilers here, it subverts a lot of expectations from people. It does a lot of things with characters that people aren't necessarily expecting, and certainly caught a lot of people off guard. I personally don't mind the fact that they did any of that stuff. I think it's actually kind of bold and interesting that they did. But, I can understand why a lot of people are upset by it. How am I supposed to do that? But, I am not one of those people who thinks, oh, this is the worst movie ever, because, it didn't quite check off all the boxes in my head, or, it had some bad writing in places and a few things that were a little bit weird for a Star Wars movie. When you stack it up against a lot of other blockbusters, I'd say it still comes out ahead. And honestly, it's one of those things that with each subsequent viewing I've kind of enjoyed a little more. Because when I first saw it, I was like, I don't know what to think of that. But, I don't know, in subsequent viewings, it's like, you know what? I'd rather have a movie like this that grows on me over time than something like The Force Awakens, where I'm like, whoa, that was so cool. That was like everything I was hoping it would be. And then after a while, it just kind of goes, yeah, whatever. Alright, so what do we do here? If I do this, he's just going to go around in a circle. That's kind of pointless. Was I supposed to push that block all the way there? Huh. I don't understand this. This is really confusing. What on earth am I supposed to do here? I can't go all the way down or else I'm going to get killed, right? Alright. So this is probably going to be the last video of the episode right now. Because this is, from what the hint says, probably going to be really long. Alright, so enough Star Wars talk. Sorry, I got off topic there. I've just been really ticked off at the internet, for lack of a better word. I'm just not really a fan of the way discussions about these sorts of things go these days. Alright, so if I open this door without blockage, that fireball is going to go all the way down. But if I do this, then I can't get out of the way in time. So how do you... What am I missing here? I can't take the gliders out. There's no way that's going to work. I don't have access to a red key to get fire boots there. I don't think this is an existing wall arrangement. This doesn't look very familiar. Okay. I have to go here, which by extension means I have to push that. But then what? There's no other blocks here. Even if there were, like, what good would that do, really? Ah, this is really frustrating. Maybe I have to do something like this, where... Okay, that's how you have to do it. That's really awkward. Especially since you don't really know what's at the end of the dirt path, but I'm hoping that that's the last of that kind of thing. I take a little bit of issue with the hint saying no hidden information, because you don't really know what's at the end of that dirt path unless you try it. But it's not terribly bad, I guess. It's pretty early on anyway, so I mean it's only like 20 seconds before we get here anyway. Okay, there we go. That's still not enough time. Okay, so it would have gone looped around, come back here and done that. How am I going to handle that? Somehow, I had to get the fireball stuck in such a way that he will not escape until I want him to. That's what I'm getting out of this. Because without that, then we're pretty much susceptible to getting killed, and there doesn't really seem to be any good way to prevent that. Alright, let me see if I can figure this out. I think the first thing we need to do is this thing. Alright, so now the fireball's there. How do we make sure... Oh, wait a minute. I'm an idiot. There we go. We'll just do that. Alright, now we can do this. Okay, there we go. That wasn't so bad. Alright, then now we'll move the tank. For whatever that's worth. Alright, so... that should be all we need to worry about in that regard, at least. Okay, so we got the tank moved. That's a one-time effect. And now we got this blob thing going on. Alright, what's going on with this? It appears I need to get to that block down there, and I need some skates or something. And I'm already noticing a dilemma here. As soon as I open that up, I'm going to have to deal with this and open up the toggles again. But maybe there's something in that blob area that's going to help. Yes, there are skates, so that's good. So then I can use those to switch the toggles. Okay. Again, I'd call that hidden information, but I can understand why it's not necessarily classified as such. What I call a lack of hidden information is if you know for sure what you're getting into at any given point. Or at the very least, you've got all the variables set up in front of you in such a way that you can deduce something from them. Maybe that's a better definition. Did I miss something here? I was supposed to go through that toggle thing, wasn't I? Or the recess thing. See, I didn't know that there was going to be something hidden behind fire down there. That's hidden information. Okay, whatever. I'm not going to get hung up on a technicality like that. I'm afraid to use recessed walls unless I absolutely need to. I mean, I think that's kind of an understandable hesitation, right? Okay, and then we do that. Got it. Okay. It's a little trickier that time because the gliders weren't clumped together, but that's alright. Alright, at least we know what to do here now. We can just do this, go through the toggle turnstile thingy there. Come on, blob, there we go. Get this one. I would love to do a walls of for this level. That would be fun. I mean, it'd probably be a very similar level that would be made. Okay, so let's go here then. Oh, that was... Oh, here we go. Okay, I was going to say. If that was wrong, that would be really unfortunate. I guess you could see that there's a fire thing here and get the yellow key, so I'll retract what I said. Because you could see that coming if you were super observant. Even though you didn't have the context to interpret it. Okay, so this looks like a... Okay, there's nowhere for this glider to go, so... Let's do that. Let's go over here. Is that something I push, or is that a cloner? I'm a little worried about going in that teleport. Yeah. Do I want to push that? If I do, I won't be able to get back. Unless I push it again or something. Okay, I cannot push that. So, that means I do need to go through here. Alright, let's figure this one out. What are we trying to do here? It looks like we need to get this through there. And... Oh. How are we supposed to handle this? Do I go back? What in the world? How do I avoid any... Because I had to push that, right? I don't see any good way around this, because I can't push the block anywhere except there. Do I push it in the corner? Oh, I bet I was supposed to push... Oh, I see. Man, this is... this level is quite a thing. Oh, man. Alright. Well, maybe I will go back to my discussion about internet fandoms while we're doing this. I use the term internet fandoms just because that's kind of been my catch-all sort of umbrella under which I'm putting all this stuff. I think there is a difference between being a fan of something and being a fanatic of something. And I fear that with enough coddling, you know, over the years in the Star Wars fan base, particularly from Lucas, Star Wars fans have basically become kind of spoiled. You know, they've been used to having things made for them. I firmly believe that Star Wars was never made for fanboys. I think the original movies exist just fine on their own, particularly episodes 4 and 5, without having a bunch of fan service in them. In fact, there was pretty much no fan service in those episodes. 6 is where things really started getting a little fan servicey, arguably. You know, that's kind of where we started having there's really no reason for this person to do this except, he's a fan favorite, so of course he should do this. That's when things start to get a little shaky, and that just went way overboard on that end when the prequels came out. You know? I'd still say that the new movies have that issue as well, to a very large degree. I'd say it's in a different sort of way, but it's definitely still there. I think what the Star Wars franchise needs to do right now is it really needs to just kind of scrap itself and start over. And I think they're kind of positioning it for that to be the case. If you've seen the end of The Last Jedi, you know what I mean. And I think that's a very good thing, because the less it's married to what we know, I think the better it's going to be. And I think the more opportunity there is for creativity. And that's kind of the weird catch-22 of everything, is that if you go on the internet, people complain that there's this lack of creativity in Star Wars, and they're right. there is, you know, to a very large degree, because the new movies exist in this weird space where they're having to cater to both old and new fans. And in doing so, they're having to, you know, include all that fan servicey stuff, but at the same time include a bunch of new stuff so that they can actually start with, you know, a bunch of new characters and develop them and slowly build out a brand new world over time, right? So all that's understandable, but, you know, there's sort of this tug of war between what's familiar and what's new, and if something is too familiar or too new, people don't really seem to like it very much. And I think this is one reason why, if you've seen my Let's Play of it, I don't really talk about it there, but if you've seen my Let's Play of it or anywhere else, then you know what I mean when I say this. Knights of the Old Republic, the video game, I think is forever going to be one of the most enduring pieces of Star Wars media out there. Primarily because it did a good job. I'm going to leave you there. Let's do that. It did a very good job balancing old themes with new characters and ideas. Like, that's one of the things I think that game really did well. Like, if you're a Star Wars fan, you're totally going to get a lot of the material, because it's made for you. But if you're not, then you're still going to get something out of it, and that's still something to celebrate, you know? And I think that's one reason why a lot of people like it. It straddled that line between familiar and completely new in a way that was, like, really accessible and interesting. And that's really cool. And I'm hoping that the new movies can do that, because it seems like that's the only way some fans are going to be satisfied. And hopefully, you know, confidence in the franchise will get a boost, you know, if that happens. Because right now, it seems like it's either too familiar or too weird. Oh, I did not realize that was going to happen. Wait, how did I go to the next level? That was weird. I'm probably going to stop recording after this because I'm getting really tired right now. But yeah, it's that weird tug of war that I find frustrating, because it's like, okay, well, which one do you want? Do you want something familiar or new? And I think it's both. Like, it's not an or and either, it's an and, you know? And it's a tough thing to pull off. It really is. I don't envy the folks at Lucasfilm. Alright, so let's do this again. I gotta say, this level is not really my favorite. I'm not really a big fan of all these surprises that keep getting thrown here. And granted, some of these are my fault. I understand that, but to put them in a level that's this linear is kind of a bit of a tall order. And it's kind of mean in some places. But, you know, whatever. This is still a really good set, and I'm not too mad about it. I'm hoping there's not going to be anything that's terribly crazy coming up. I think after this level, though, I'm going to call it a day. We've been going at it for a while here. Go back and grab this guy. But yeah, I'm trying, I don't know, this kind of goes not just for Star Wars, but just for a lot of my fandoms that I enjoy. I've been trying to distance myself from internet fans, because it's just gotten so toxic online. It's either you really like something or you really hate something. Like, there's no room for any sort of nuance. And as someone who appreciates nuance, I find that really frustrating and annoying. I think it's really sad, because it really cuts discussions short and really doesn't give people the time of day that they deserve. And that's not exactly very fair to most people, I would say. I would also say that people are not quite as simple as, hey, let me give you this opinion that's 100% weighted toward this angle or this side. But, you know, yet somehow we've kind of become conditioned to think that way. And it's honestly really sad. Alright, I don't know if I'm supposed to get rid of this pair of fire boots or not. I'm going to assume not, because I see fire in there. And at this point, I don't really see any reason to go down for that thief. So let's avoid that. Alright, I see suction boots, but do I want to get those right now? First of all, what am I doing with that block down there? Oh, I bet I'm trying to get that into that area. Okay. So first things first, I am going to... I'm going to assume I can just do this. What is the point of having that fire there anyway? I really don't understand that. Wait a second, I just noticed something. I'm supposed to get the block up here first, then get it down. Okay. So I really don't want to press that block with a toggle thing yet. Alright, let's do this first. Alright, I think I got a roadmap for what we need to do. So first we do this. So this will enable us to go in here, right? And while we're at it... No, I don't want to hit that yet. Oh, this is going to be annoying. Actually, not really. There you go. Okay, so now we go down here, do this, and then we can do this, right? And I need to get these first so I can get back. Okay, that was a cool puzzle. I liked that. That required you to actually see. This is a good example of how to use visible information, non-hidden information. I really liked that a lot. Okay. What do we do with this? I don't have a green key yet. Do I send the... Oh, I think I see what's going on here. There we go. So I send you there. Do I have enough time to... Let me try that again. I think you can do it without half waiting, right? Am I just missing something? Okay, I did it with a half wait, but I hope you don't actually have to do that. Because that would be a shame. Alright, so I need to go back and grab the green key with the flippers. I just want to make sure there's not a trap up ahead. No, there's not. I do have to get these flippers here. Alright, so there's a tank there. I know there's a tank button. I'm going to totally cheat the rules for links there. Because I don't care. I can totally do that. Alright, there we go. You can grab a yellow key. Okay, I don't want to go through there yet. Ah, so I had to go open that one. Go through here and grab some suction. Alright, cool. So I got suction boots. I have to go this way. Alright. Alright, we got a number of things. It looks like we're almost done. So that's a good sign. So this fireball here, this is interesting. I'm not sure. I'm assuming that that button over here connects to the one on the right, and then the button at the bottom connects to the top one? Is that the way that works? So if I let the fireball go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, that's not going to be... Oh, I wait for him to bounce back. Okay, I get it. That's clever. Okay. Okay, let's wait here. I see you there. That is really cool. Okay, let's grab this first. Then we'll do this. That would have been a really terrible trap to fall for at the end, not to get that pair of skates first. All right, that was definitely a tough level. Well done to Josh on that. And also, I am freezing up here on my tile world for whatever reason is not responding with the completion window. Okay, now the not responding portion is gone. But, okay, so it looks like it went through. Alright, cool. So next time we're going to go to Sinjo Ruins. But until then, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed yourself today, and I will catch you on the flip side. So take care and see you next time.